Hey everybody, welcome to Fit Tip Tuesday and welcome to the last week of my 25,000 subscriber giveaway celebration. If you haven't had a chance to enter to win, please check the links below to enter to win on my Instagram and my business Facebook page because we're giving away an amazing sewing machine, a free fitting with me, and your choice of a class with Fabric Mart Fabrics virtually online. So you can take a class with me, you could take a class with one of the other very talented instructors. So it's a very, very cool prize. Look below the description, in the description for links to enter. All you have to do is like our sponsors, Cool Stitches and Fabric Mart Fabrics, and then either like or follow them depending on whether you're on Instagram or my Facebook page. And then just comment on what you would use your new sewing machine for. So it's that simple. And join me Friday during Fab Fit Friday Live at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and I will announce the winner of the grand prize. So that's exciting. So today what I want to do is talk about the nuances of scooping the back crotch to improve the fit of your pants. A lot of times when it looks like we need more length in the back, or we feel like we don't have enough room inside the curve, the first go-to thing we do is to scoop. So what I want to do is show you how to tell if you need to scoop or if there is a different adjustment that will help a little bit better. So in this picture here, this is a side view, and what I want you to notice is there are diagonal wrinkles pointing from front to back downward across the side seam. That's your best indication that the back leg has too much vertical length on it and it needs to be removed. Now, removing vertical length involves scooping as part of a two-part process to get rid of vertical length. So if you've got those diagonal wrinkles, and another thing you can test is if you sit down and your muslin is sliding in the back, like pulling down when you sit, that's another indication that you need to scoop because you don't have a big enough hole to sit in. So it could either be you need to remove vertical length, or you need to dig a deeper hole to sit in. Now, let's look at this picture. You can see in this picture that there is no diagonal wrinkles across your the side seam, and the front and back leg are balanced vertically. So scooping in this case is not going to do you any good unless you need room to sit. Okay, so if the view from the side looks nice and smooth and there are no diagonal wrinkles from the front pointing down to the back, then scooping might not be what you need to make more room. So let me just, before we do anything else, let me show you the back view of a muslin that needs more room in the crotch. So you can see here in this picture, the fabric is stressed, and really you need more length to accommodate. But in this case, we could sit down fine, and there were no there were no diagonal wrinkles on the side view going down towards the back from the front across the side seam. So what do? I'm going to show you. So now let's unpack this step by step. So the first thing I just want to show you very quickly is, here's my new fun little thing I got myself. It's a whiteboard, and I can just draw myself a back leg without having to print. I'm trying to be a little bit more eco-friendly here and not waste so much paper. So I just want to clearly explain to you, If you need to remove vertical length on the back leg, like the first picture showed, because there are diagonal wrinkles pointing down across your side seam, and you've got wrinkles on your back leg, let me explain the process. So I'm just going to draw in my seams here so you can see them. So there's my inseam, and here is my crotch seam. Okay, so if we have too much length here, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to scoop down. Now to scoop down, we want to go past the original curve and then sort of follow it. I always try to join up with my original seam at the inseam to see if that's enough of a scoop. If not, you can go through to the front. You can keep going to the front and scoop out a little bit in the front too if you need it. But generally, if you're just picking up fabric on the back leg, this scooping right here gets rid of all of this vertical length. Well, it doesn't get rid of it. It moves it from below the crotch seam to above the crotch seam because our crotch seam is here now. So all of this purple area was below the seam. You can see the black dash line. Now it's above it. Okay, so then to get rid of that, what you need to do is you need to draw yourself a line across your full hip, and I'll do that in a different color here. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to approximate the amount that you scooped. So let's say you scooped down a 1/2 inch. You're going to draw yourself a 1/2 inch of a wedge adjustment. You're going to cut the top line and bring it down or overlap it so this slash meets this slash. And of course I'm on a whiteboard now, so I can't cut it, but basically this would be overlapped. So now you can see step 1 was to scoop, to pick the fabric up here, and step 2 was to actually cut your pattern and overlap it to get rid of the extra length. So that's how you would deal with a situation where you had diagonal wrinkles pointing downward front to back and you had too much length on your back leg. Now, if you could not sit without sliding, you may not need to do this second step. Okay, so don't automatically assume that you need to get rid of the fabric up here. It may be that you just needed to scoop to transfer it above so you have room to sit because you've created a deeper hole. Okay, so that's how you get rid of vertical length. And keep in mind, it's a 2-step process, scooping and also pleating it out or slashing and overlapping your pattern here approximately the same amount that you scooped here. So that's one issue. Now I'm going to get rid of my whiteboard because I want to be able to slash and spread here to show you. All right, so now I've got some paper pieces I can work with here. So let's look at our back view again. And you can see 2 things going on here. You can see the fabric is pulling in the back from the bottom of her butt. And also, you can see that there are some wrinkles pointing directly towards the crotch seam in the crotch and inseam intersection. So that tells me 2 things are going on here. The first thing is she needs more length, but she can sit and it does not slide, so she doesn't need a deeper scoop to sit in, but she does need more length to let the fabric above the crotch relax. So the good news about that is it's very, very easy to do that. So I'm just going to show you here. I'm going to get myself a Sharpie marker now. And I'm just going to draw myself a guideline at her full hip level. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a pivot at the side seam. Okay, so you can see I'm going to pivot that up like this. This is going to create the extra length she needs above her crotch level to allow that fabric to relax. So that's going to be step number 1. And I'm just going to use one of my lovely green Post-it notes here. Okay, so there is the adjustment that you would need to make room above. Okay, and then if the fabric is pulling and you have that fabric, if you have those tight diagonal wrinkles pointing right to the intersection of your inseam and crotch seams, then that means you need more horizontal space. And when I'm talking about horizontal space, I'm talking about this space right here, and I'm extending the line past the back inseam, because if I were to lay the front leg right next to it, that crotch curve would keep going. So that straight base of the crotch curve at the, at the base of the curve, that's your horizontal space. And if you don't have enough width there, then the pants are not going to fit you front to back, or you don't have enough room for your depth of your body. So what I would do here is I would simply slash the pattern like this and create a hinge at my inseam, and I'm just going to add a little bit of room there as well. Okay, so you can see what we've done now is in 2 places, essentially, we've lengthened the back crotch curve to accommodate that. Okay, so this is how you would fix a pattern that you need when you need, this is how you would fix a pattern when you need more room for your butt and scooping is not your answer. So I hope that kind of helps you decide, whether or not you need to scoop your back crotch curve. I wanted to give sort of an alternative to doing that, because just if you think about it, doing this and scooping accomplishes the same thing on some level, because you are adding length here and you're adding length here. And when you scoop, I'm just going to draw it on here. Okay, you're actually making a longer line, because scooping or creating a deeper curve is going to measure more than the original. Okay, so I hope that helps you in your decision and your fitting process when it comes to trying to decide whether or not you need to scoop your pattern. So I just wanted to share my thought process and, give you some wrinkle reading assistance to help you decide whether or not you need to remove vertical length or actually add it. Okay, so if you don't need to scoop, but you need more length, because you can see that either your horizontal balance line is dipping down, or you can see the fabric is pulling around the bottom of your butt, then adding length here will help that. So I hope this helps you, and if you have any questions or comments about whether you need to scoop or not, please post those and I will help you. I hope to see everybody at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Friday for the winner of this week's grand prize for my 25,000 subscriber celebration. So make sure you enter that. And thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.